Welcome on into the Tuesday edition of Sports Memo Today. I'm your host, Dan Alexander. Happy to be with you here on a $2 Tuesday. And we got one of the men with us himself, Jesse Schule, going to be joining me talking some nice plus money futures for the folks here today. One in the NFL, one in the NBA. And before we get into that, you can always get that $2 Tuesday play, or we got the little 2 for 3 special where you can get two plays, one a 5% NFL play, a CFL play game of the week from our man Jesse Schule. Check that out, sm.buzz/JS. Jesse, let's get right into it though, man. You love these plus money prices, and that's why I love having you come on so I can boon my own bankroll with them. But let's start in the NBA. We were talking before the show was coming on live here, and you were alluding to the fact that maybe you're not so bullish on Mr. Wembanyama. So what are we thinking? NBA Rookie of the Year odds. You think you have a better play out there than just laying some of that or eating some of that chalk with Wemby?
I don't care how much you like Wemby. There's no value betting on him to win the Rookie of the Year. And he's got a lot to overcome. His physical stature, the injury concerns that come with his physical stature. You try to compare him to some of the past superstars we've seen, like Kevin Garnett and Kevin Durant come to mind as guys that are super slim and tall. But at the end of the day, Wemby is 7 inches taller than both those guys and 30 pounds lighter, which is a bit of a disaster, if you ask me. We've seen him in the Summer League. His debut wasn't that great. He was fantastic in his second game. And I think he's going to have his moments, but he's a young guy. And the guy I'm looking at is 2-time EuroLeague MVP, Sasha Vezenkov. And 18-1, I think it's worth a stab. He's on a nice up-and-coming team with the Sacramento Kings. We saw what the Kings could do in the playoffs, going to 7 games against the defending champs, Golden State. I think if they had Sasha Vezenkov on their team, they might have gotten past Golden State. This guy's a sharpshooter. He's played with Luka Doncic and the Joker, and that reminds me of the MVP bet. I'm still a little bit bitter the fact that I picked Joker to win the MVP, and somehow they gave it to your man Joel Embiid, and that decision just looks worse and worse every day. And to be honest, I'm concerned about this because I think for Vezenkov to beat Wemby, he's got to blow him out of the water. I think with the politics at play, I think the NBA is going to want to prop up Wemby. So if it's close, I don't like Vezenkov's chances. But at 18-1, and the fact that he's a full-grown man at the age of 27, competing against the other guys that are expected to compete for Rookie of the Year this year, that extra maturity goes a long way. And 18-1, we'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. A really nice price, and I love the breakdown too. Again, the experience and, have been playing professional ball. These other guys are, coming in blind a little bit more. So I love that breakdown there. And of course, at the price, I love it, Jesse. And whenever you're talking futures, I'm listening. Speaking of which, before we get into your NFL free play that you have for the folks, we're going to be taking a look at the AFC East. Jesse's going to let you know who he likes to get it done in that division. But tell folks about what you have up for this $2 Tuesday, $3 Tuesday, whatever you want to call it. It's a hell of a deal over at wt.buzz/JS, and tell the folks what you have loaded.
5-star, top-rated underdog. My best bet as far as underdogs go for week 1. I did get off to a great start to the NFL season last year. For those of you who might have forgotten, a perfect 10-0 start to the regular season, which followed up an 8-2 preseason. So looking good, and I can't wait for football season to start.
Yeah, absolutely. And football season for your clients has already started when you're talking about the CFL. That's a way to definitely pad the bankroll over the summer months here. All right, Jesse, let's talk about the AFC East. Please tell me, you want to take a look at who's going to be winning the division. So I'm going to turn it on over to you, but please tell me that we're not drinking the ayahuasca Kool-Aid here and Aaron Rodgers, and you're going to give me the breakdown of why the Jets are going to win this division. You're not doing that, right?
I'll put my money on the maturity when we're talking about a 27-year-old European NBA player, but a 39-year-old quarterback that is on ayahuasca holidays and retreats and up to the shenanigans he gets up to in the off season. I don't want to hate on Aaron Rodgers, but he's coming off of a year that was statistically one of his worst seasons ever. His numbers were down. I don't think we've seen the last greatness of Aaron Rodgers, but I think it's going to be far and few between. I think it's going to be a little less consistent. I'm not going to expect him to be the best quarterback on the field week in and week out. And, I like the Bills. I like Josh Allen. He's consistently thrown for over 4,000 yards a season. He's a competitor. I know some people are on the fence about Josh Allen. I personally like him. The Bills have had double-digit wins in 4 straight seasons. It's practically the same team coming back from last year. I'm not buying the Jets. I don't think Rodgers is going to lead them to a Super Bowl. And Miami with injury problems at quarterback, I'm seriously concerned about the future of Tua Tagovailoa. I think Bills at plus money to win the AFC East is a little bit of an easy bet for me.
Yeah, and this is a team that year in and year out is slated to potentially contend for the entire AFC. So narrowing it down a little bit here, and honestly, would we not be seeing a potential minus 125 if it weren't for the Rodgers news? If it weren't always the Patriots might have an up year. You never know how that's going to go. So yeah, at plus money, I think it's a no-brainer to lock in the Bills winning the AFC East because they're also looking to answer the question, is their window closing? So this is a team who you think year in and year out, well, the other shoe's going to have to drop eventually. There's still plenty of added motivation outside of, continuing to try and finally get that evasive Super Bowl. So love the breakdown there. We got the Bills at some nice plus money and Sasha Vezenkov at some real nice plus money. Jesse, love having you on here, brother. We always talk about getting the folks the actionable info in 30 minutes or less. How about 10 minutes or less? Pace of play, unreal when we got the $2 Tuesday handicapper on. Go check out and get his play. A double pack for you for just $3. And that's going to do it. Big thanks to the Iceman. And make sure you join us on Thursday. We're going to have Dan Kaiser, who after last time he was on, it was a fresh sweep on the show, and he's been running hot ever since. So the good luck charm of being on here with yours truly is continuing for our handicappers. Nick Parsons will also join us on Thursday. So we'll see you then. Until then, best of luck. And if you're betting the All-Star game tonight, please bet it responsibly. We'll talk to you Thursday right here on Sports Memo Today.